can get involved with our partner CS Money, of course, if you need some skins or we want to trade some skins. Donk's got his hot rod toward the top of mid, and he sees the utility flying in.
So it's going to be the hero AK on Hades instead, a little bit more conservative, and I do like that as well. Let the loss bonus build up, have a healthier buy going into round number 4, and let Hades entry, but he's a bit blindsided by Chopper just swinging out into the front of main. And that hero AK goes down, and more importantly, it's unretrievable by these players. They're going to have to commit pretty hard, and there goes Jacob going down in mid. K does pick it up, but how much longer can he actually move without actually taking a gunfight? It's not that much is the answer. He goes down.
No, they've bitten the main team on Vertigo this year, taking scalps for some of the best teams in the world. He says that he still hates it. So maybe that is why eventually they are going to move away from it. They obviously can get figured out in time. Ancient is a map which they tried to adopt, of course. They never really had that second phase pick that you mentioned. But I know Hades always said that he hated Ancient too. So, and obviously in this series, Spirit are absolute lovers of Ancient. They've won all 11 of their last Ancient games, and that even dates back to some matches in CS:GO as well, which really does say a lot about Spirit's Ancient. Anyway, first pick for 9 in this particular round, and in the series, I think, when it comes to opening kills. Goofy gets an opening as a double swing under. Now Kylar will work his way forward. Magic's in sandwich, waiting for some contact. K in Palace could be his first port.
Things are slowing down for this first gun round for 9, but finally more control being garnered for them at the bottom of Con. An A split on the cards here as Art Frost is ready and waiting from the ticket position. And here comes the execute onto the site. Art Frost takes first contact, and Magic swings a tad bit too early. He gets punished. The trades are going every which way. And as it stands, Art Frost is the only one with frags, and he will be the only one left standing. Takes so much contact in those duels and isn't able to retain any health, and for that reason, he just has to save. I think a very well executed split there from 9. The chemistry is still definitely there between all of these players, and you can tell every player knowing kind of what angle that they're going to take contact in, and the trades are just very well placed.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a decent start for 9 on their actual first buy round. Art Frost, of course, with those 3 kills, gives him a little bit more cash, even more cash to add to that bank. And if he does save, he can drop his M4 over to Donk and buy up an AWP for himself with that 7,000 now.
Zontix gets that opener through the underpass and now can turn back his attention to the B site, but the commitment isn't here from the T's. They let it fade, and then they try to contact through, and Hades actually gets offered up a first kill. So maybe a route in, but they've got to be aware that there's still the side anchors left here. Try to walk out again now that they're out of utility, and things fall apart. Kyler goes down, and now Hades realizes, yeah, we get that opening pick onto the site, but there are now 3 players here to deal with, and this round just kind of fizzles out.
Yeah, Hades may have had the bomb on his back, but not had a chance to do much with it. Couldn't trade quickly, even with that opening kill, as we said, couldn't trade Kylar. He has to back away silently. 30 seconds, and honestly, in this sort of situation, with 1.4 on Jacob and only 350 on Hades, it leaves the buy very mismatched, very all over the place going into the following round, but I would prefer a save. And now Jacob's been taken down, unfortunately, yet to frag in this game, and we need to see him get started. It's probably down to a save for Hades. Savedies on this occasion. He's hasn't got any utility to really keep over either, which is going to be awkward. He can buy 1 smoke in that next round, but that will be it.
Direct counter to that connector split that they so love doing. And with that, K will be up to bat, and he actually gets himself a 2-piece.
Wow.
So completely punished. And now, Hades potentially has an opportunity and a route into this A bomb site, but instead, they're kind of waffling around. I don't think they really have an idea as to where they want to hit. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock here, so every kill matters. And now that the Zontix get another, they're going to try to go back into this A site, and this is falling into the waiting arms of Art Frost.
He's playing it very defensively on CT though, so I think he's allowing the bomb plot to come through. It will be a 4v3 for 9, and they will have some good off-plant positions, but Zontix has got another near murder hole. even has been allowed to pick up this AK-2. If Jacob swings this one, he needs to be accurate. Surely when some utility is thrown by Zontic, that takes the initiative, but he takes it earlier. Nice kill. And the correct play to make from Jacob. 3v2 for 9, and I think Magix and Artfrost are already backing away from this one. Artfrost is going for some exits towards CT by the looks of things. So 9 have fought their way through to a second round. Very well played, well thought out. Time was a little bit of a worry, but they figured it out.
Yeah, it got a little nerve-wracking. You got a player in the top of apps. You had a couple of players still at the top of mid as well.
Kind of met with a huge amount of resistance until now. In come the rotations pretty fast. 2 from that stairs position, and of course still Chopper and CT, but he's been removed. Now Artfrost and Donk play together, but that's a great double swing. Artfrost is smoked off. Well done, 9. That is a great execute, and they should get themselves a third off the back of it.
Oh, that's beautiful from 9. Keeping it simple there. They get out of A main pretty much unscathed, and as soon as they do, they've been given so much space to drop that utility. And that's the issue when you have such a heavy mid setup there from Team Spirit. The rotations are a little slower. Of course, Artfrost having to come back from underpass, Donk having to come back from top mid. And by that time, Chopper is already... It's too late for him to really get involved. He gets double swung. Sorry, he just gets swung, period. And the double swing comes into the connector side, and they can't get involved. They have to go through smokes. They're in unlikely angles. They can't get settled. And 9 capitalized. So far, hey, I'm liking the calling. It's a little loose. They'll slowly start to make their way out across the map. Underpass together, hand in hand. And again, they punish Artfrost. This time, it's just a matter of timing, and he just skirts the angle, and it's just raw aim duels from 9 being one out. Just dry swings. And beautiful timings there for them. So the T's continue to run rampant on Mirage, and it's another opening pick for Kylar, just tearing through this round. 3 kills on it, and a 5th round, blink and you miss it, locked in for 9.
Yeah, that was just pure unadulterated aim duels won there by 9. Very nicely done. 3 for Kylar in the end. Great stuff from him. As I said, 9 have a great chance to make this an even game again, and guess what? It has gone back to that 5-5 level. He's down to an MP9. Zontix is also on that MP9 too. 9 have a great chance to win this half.
They very well do, and this is the round that they could capitalize upon it, but the boost is punished by Donk. Actually, pre-fire, or at least pre-angled, I should say, and things get a little more difficult for 9 to punish. Finally, they have an opening gambit, and it doesn't work out. That kind of leaves their initial ideas kind of in tatters. What's the plan B? You know, when you have a new caller, and that out-of-spawn call doesn't work, it's now on your shoulders to find another answer elsewhere on the map at a man disadvantage. This is where, you know, you have good to great callers arise. And it's going to be that mid control, or at least the mid smokes, to potentially pull a player in over. And Spirit have honestly been biting on these quite a bit.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see now how 9 fight back from a disadvantage. They've had the advantage in quite a lot of these rounds in recent times. Has Jacob seen Zontix on the right? I don't think so. And Goofy would be looking at it if he knew he was there, and that's a great catch with the SMG. Perfect timing on it, but Chopper perhaps a little bit overzealous there to go into Con, but the thing is it does bait in a teammate. However, that smoke came in at exactly the right time. It actually keeps Jacob alive. Then Donk decides, okay, screw this. I'm just running through the smoke as it fades. Why not? For Spirit. Okay, he's got some nice presence on A. Behind triple, he removes Donk. Magix. Just make sure he doesn't go down for free here. Artfrost will deal with it. And there is Magix.
Plays those percentages very well, but this time around he just goes charging through the connector smoke, and then he tries to fight even after he was on low HP. And this time he gets another opening pick onto Hades again after decapitating him in round 11 as well. So having that heavy hitter out of the round early is definitely cause for concern for 9 up the gates. What are their answers? Because now you're in a very similar situation again, and you have to dig yourself out of it to potentially get a tie at the half.
Yeah, it's a good little rebuttal from Spirit, to be fair. The run from 9 was clean. To be able to come back and get the last 2 at least is something. But I think 9, considering the situation they find themselves in, of course, with Jacob being sort of a last-minute call-up for today's game, and the whole team being a somewhat last-minute call-up, with Fnatic obviously having to withdraw to the fact they haven't got a full squad. Doing well at the moment, and they should be pretty happy with his team to begin this series, and they could make it a little bit better as well. There's Jacob with the entries!
Whoa!
Oh my goodness! There's no way he expects a third, but
No!
it's on 6! That is a whiff of the century! And now Artfrost needs to recover the situation. I think he knows that Jacob is low, but Jacob's on for the ace here, and he's denied at the last second. Oh my goodness. The first 3 kills from Jacob were absolutely insane. The 4th was down to a big whiff from Zontix, unfortunately. But Artfrost denies the heroic ace.
A merch pop up on the big stage. And hopefully it could be in Dubai in the near future. Maybe they'll be one of the people to take the spots.
I hope so, because that would be a great event to see them in, of course, against the likes of Cloud9, VP, Astralis, those sort of teams invited to that main event. Second half underway, 9. It's K with the defuse kit. He's Goofy playing very defensive, allowing Spirit to take control of jungle. It's a sort of a bog standard pistol round you would see on a Mirage. We try and take deep control of portions like jungle. And Artfrost P250 is so clean with that P250. And Magix and Chopper make the blocks look clean as well. Kylar can try and do something. K now last alive. Donk gets his pistol kill, his customary pistol kill. And K, his last idea might be to fall back with the kit. But he's not going to be allowed to do that.
And things could get ugly here for 9 if they do commit to this A split.
Short to block off any quick peek on the rotation. Zontix has made some noise in Palace now, so his position is known to the players on 9, especially under Balk, as you can see. Kylo will get his 1, Artfrost dealing with him pretty quickly, and even a second onto Hades too. Just like that, the Molotov on the Balk, as you can see, forced him out of that position. Goofy will get 1 back, but not the second. Now Jacob is stuck in a 1v3, and he's already here, so there's not quickly ready to exit for him. He gets himself his... he's about to get rushed down by 3, but there's another 1v from Kylar. Can these Deagles give 9 a lifeline? There's Donk jumping into the open. Goofy and Hades combining for that one, and there are 2 players left. They're stuck in apartments too. Goofy swings for another. It's a dirty 1v. And Zontix is more stuck than...
Trying to be established here from 9, and they do pounce. Good nade onto Chopper to bring him down to 49 HP. And he's going to be caught between a rock and a hard place, especially after throwing that smoke. Okay, he doesn't actually opt in for it. Magix goes down, and Chopper has a lot on his plate here. Has to get at least 1, but gets nothing. Hopefully that death cam primes him for some information. But in the meantime, the B anchor has gone down. And the site has fallen, so another man disadvantage situation for Spirit, this time with guns. Now that Artfrost has his AWP to hold these tighter sight lines, maybe things can get a little easier.
Oh, he switched it to Donk, and now Donk with the AWP is going to try and do it himself. He swings back and forth, takes a kill on the low HP. They play the Bogdan, and Donk, maybe he's an AWP as well. What can this boy not...
Highest of the server. And now... Spirit want to just lock in a quick little A execute here. Quick out of spawn. And Jacob gets that opening kill. Nice to still see that he's fragging up a storm. Opening beacon here for this Polar squad. Jacob gets another. And there's Kylar chime in as well. So the out of spawn A execute call is not as... Well, I mean, the results were not as they had hoped. And now in the 2v5... We've got a long save game on our hands, or maybe even a trade game, but it looks like 9 have locked in their 8th, seemingly.
Yeah, staying alive. I said they still got a chance from 11-7 because I'll still have a bye. And it's going to work out for them, at least for now, unless somehow Artfrost and Chopper can recover this. But yeah, really nice from 9. And great hold from Jacob again. He's now co-top fragging for his team. Don't forget, Jacob started 0 and 5, guys. Remember that. He's bounced back. Had his bounce back look very attractive indeed. Spirit, of course, great communication in that after plant in the previous round to switch the AWP to the low HP Donk very quickly. But going straight quickly into a call in the next. Be a little bit too hasty. And 9 have caught them off guard.
Counter-terrorists win.
There it is. 9 here. Early mid control again established for them. And Donk actually has to punish the A main aggression and only has a sliver to work with. Kyler gets executed on that bit of a patrolling onto the top of A main, and 5v4 for Spirit finally, it feels like, for them to rest their laurels on. Zontix gets up into that boosted window angle as well. So a lot of time to work with.
Will K see that if he peeks it? Oh, Gumbo and He's seen it first, takes the kill. Oh, I wondered it would be a battle of who sees who first. And Zontix gets the very tip of the barrel, unfortunately, for K. And now this makes it so difficult in a 3v5. Hades hasn't really got much control either. He's back in spawn, basically, just making sure no one's crept through murder hole. Jacob now might have to be the hero. He's behind the A-rank smoke. Donk! But of course, Donk wins it. That's a 5v2 Spirit. And now, even though Hades and Goofy get one back, they should know where to go. Unless Hades can go super aggressive and keep them guessing. He has gone through that jungle Molotov, and he's removed Chopper as well as Hades. 2v2, it's Donk and Artfrost versus Hades and Goofy. 4 of the stars on the server. And Donk is just trying to hold them at bay at the moment from this triple position. Artfrost has the bomb. The 13 seconds, he has to find a way to cross. And he's managed to do so and plant safe. Donk checks stairs though. And is there ever a more reliable pair of hands in Tier 2 at the moment? Goodness gracious me. 26 and 10. And now Hades creeps forward. 1v2. No defuse kit. Has to get both kills quickly. Tries to no-scope Donk, but now he's incredibly stuck. And Artfrost takes the kill. I know, like, everyone talks about him too much at this point, right? Like, it's got to a point where there's a little bit too much praise sometimes, but you just can't not when he hits shots like that, and has done for the entirety of this T-half. He's 27 and 11 in this game. So he somehow hit some more, because he's going to need to. There should be a 9 round. It is only just these pistols. He'll leap his way out. 3v4 for Spirit. And Jacob taking Chopper should mean that this round is pretty much out of Spirit's hands now. Donk's pathing is pretty good. He needs to be careful, and he is careful. Nicely done. Artfrost will nab the AK. Let's take Hades out of the round. There's not much money for 9, so that might mean they're AWPless if they can't pick this up. He's got himself hidden in Empty Pillar on the B site as well. With K, of course, incredibly low. Artfrost does not have any Kevlar, so he's been very caught, but they line up! That one. But yeah, it's now time to see what Spirit have to show on their T side, and already Hades, just having a little bit of a glance toward credit card, gets his head destroyed by Zontix.
Pop like a watermelon, and Team Spirit are off to the races on the bottom of B. And Zontix actually stays in upper, gets another one to bat, gets information on Goofy, and a bomb plant now locked into place for Team Spirit. I say that, what a play from Jacob. 2 kills in quick succession, finally traded by Artfrost, but the damage is already done. Donk left up into a clutch, and K gets the Spirit off the rip. They love these alpha spawn executes, and it's going to be into that top side again. Great Molotov usage from 9 to deny any sort of a play out from A site. K catches the response on the fallback. Luckily, Donk gets a trade to potentially ease up these casualties. But the damage is already done, the utility is already used, and now you've got 3 players on this upper site. A lot of difficulties here for Spirit off the gates.
The cavalry just arrived there. As soon as they saw Donk gonna kill in Heart, 3 MP9s rotated in, ready to stop him in his tracks. And that has obviously pulled a lot of bodies over, but now it's gone a bit more silent. Nine will retreat back to some other positions around the map. And Donk will go back to outside. Shifting his way through at the moment. The event will be broken now. Heard it. Zontix and Kylar comes launching his way in for top of I believe mollied off that position. Usage from Spirit, and that's a great reaction from Zontix. Goofy gone. And they can work their way down toward the B-bomb site. Hades in the open, gets himself one, not two. Another good frag from Zontix. That should make it impossible for Jacob.
And the craziest part about that round is that Zontix was the bait in that situation. I don't think he was necessarily keen on making it out alive there, but he still manages to flick over, still executes a couple of players, and the B split is so obvious at that point. They realize that that's really the only right play. You have a couple players that safely cross outside, pretty much dry, and Spirit get themselves that first buy round even after that first game plan in the upper site goes wrong. So credit to Chopper for calling up a brilliant little call out. When you think about stand-ins that play for new teams, they usually do put you in ramp because it is the position with the least amount of kind of impact in terms of rotation, but never mind that. But into the help side again. This time through the Molotov, and Zontix trades well again. So, potential advantage in terms of the bomb plant here. They're going to have to start and duel a little bit earlier. Jacob pushing through their ramp, but now Zontix is able to stand and duel more so. But now all the information is given to Spirit. Art Frost into the 1v2, and he knows what the timing looks like. Beautiful little flank. Yeah, K on the 180. Beautiful little reach around there, and gets 9 their third. Beautifully played in that 3v3 from 9. And
on this 9 roster for some of their best results this year. After all that time together. Zontix calling to his teammates that he might have been playing with the smoke coming in. Unfortunately, Goofy has bested him. That nade really helped to kick it open, and Goofy was there to respond. So nice little CS2 mechanic there for you. Flash up and outside, and Art Frost has spotted the AC vent player in Hades. K goes down in mini, and now another duel on offer for Art Frost. Doesn't actually opt in for it. Intends to be Chopper to duel in mini, and Goofy gets another more impact here from the upper anchor. And this force buy is slowly starting to dwindle in terms of numbers. Now Spirit have got to figure out another mid-round situation. Big garage control taken for Spirit, and Donk is very active outside, trying to get hell control as well. A lot of room for Spirit to play with, and Donk especially. When you give him this much room, that's when he gets deadly. Yeah, he could be a big backstabber now. It's interesting though, the way Nine have positioned themselves actually have quite advanced positions. So with 20 seconds, Donk might not be able to find anything here. Magix is playing so defensively also that he won't necessarily know what's behind him. But Goofy being so low, as long as he doesn't give his
15 seconds!
Should be fine. 15 seconds, as you so rightly say, but there's Donk on the reaction. The Magix HE is what takes Goofy. 7 seconds for this plant. Magix is in the open, but Donk has just tapped another one. And out of absolutely nowhere, Jacob must be wondering where all of his teammates have gone. He's 1v2. Kit, not sure if there's one on the site or if it's on top of Heart. I actually didn't see. So it might be even tougher for him to sort out this 1 versus 2. Magix has his AWP picked up. Donk's on this 3k. I'm going to try and complete it for a 4, and Magix is smartly jump spotting in the middle of the site. That spots out Jacob. Now the pistol can come out. He swings. He taps with the Tech 9. And Spirit.
All this CS, you know?
Ooh, and the pace has been turned up a notch from Spirit. Damn, I was going to say they've been very slow in these rounds actually. We saw a number, of course, coming down to the last few seconds, even against the pistols. And that was an incredibly speedy A-take, but the bomb can go down on A. Hades has made it back into this 2 versus 2. It's Chopper and Art Frost, and because of how speedy this round's been, Chopper has full utility, but K's coming in on a flank. Good reaction from Chopper to at least get it into this 1v1. It is against Hades, the IGL that has masterminded so many big rounds for Spirit over the years. And Vega Squadron from days gone by. Tap on the bomb from Hades. Of course, he is kitless. And Chopper will know because he's now running around. And now it's 8 seconds on the clock. This round is done. Chopper, just by staying alive, has won it for his team. And even though everyone dies on Spirit, that is their round in their favour. And they're up.
Caller, potentially, when he switched over to that offense, and it's another faster at least I would have thought. But instead, it's Donk going to get the opening kill onto a potential lobby crunch. I'm not really sure where Donk got that kill on the Goofy. But I'm assuming that's just him trying to fight from Hut. And an opening 5v4 again for Team Spirit to work with. Wow, it actually, I think it was just a straight up duel on the back of the site, and Donk hit another cracker of a shot. I hope we get to see that on the replay.
Another cracker that cracks open a skull. So often from Donk. First map, he was ridiculous. Alongside Art Frost.
Redonkulous, even.
That was an open goal. But Donk's out of the round this time. Hades. Your best Sims. He tries to leap his way in. And the damage is very significant here for Spirit. They've only got Chopper on this Tech 9. He's trying to work his way through Mini, but he could get caught in the back if he's not careful. Heaven, of course, he has to get through quickly, but there goes one of the low HP players. Zontic's taken down. Chopper has to be the key. Great HE for Magix. That deals with Kylar. That's the second really important kill Magix has got with an HE. And in comes Chopper. It's not being checked. Dink in the side. There goes K. 3v2 and more control for Spirit. The A site is theirs, and Chopper, if they plant for Heaven, he is in a good spot for that. Jacob rotating up some Secret alongside Hades. Jacob has a full belt of utility and that defuse kit to try and make this one a reality. But a flash is going to have to come in to send Hades up these vents. Such a tough position to rotate in from. Up he comes. This shows his position. And I think they might consider calling this one off, considering they're not in position for this retake.
Yeah, unfortunately, Spirit completely pants Nine's rotation there. Zontix does so much work in that lower site that they double up into the lower side, and you only have a single player on the back of, I think, Kylar, on the back of Vents, to fight into Hut as well. But it's all a ruse, Trav. They're all the way on the lower site, and the bomb is actually in upper. So what's the game plan here? 35 seconds left on the clock, and Team Spirit needs to get down the vent. Maybe up the vent.
This is weird. Maybe that is the call, but Kylar is standing tall and doing absolutely fine in his role. Goofy with the MP9, dancing around. He'll be removed by Art Frost, but look at the damage that Art Frost has taken back. Kylar can do some more work here, but no, it's a bit too slow in the peak. That was a bit too slow. Take the advantage and swing there, knowing that a player is low. Take that duel confidently. And as he rightly reacts, that's a very spooky spray through the smoke. But this is now spooky for 9. It may be a 3v2. The health might not be good on Spirit. They're in terrible up positions. But Hades has to hit this, and he will. He'll get both. A headshot.
They said the money was not the greatest. It's not the snap of the money, but it's going to be something Casey in the upper site, and they just get rolled by Zontix's Mac 10, and there's Donk on K. They find a way to get in, but I like that from K. Actually, it pulls one back, and there's one from Hades from the heavens. So the pump gun goes down, but it's in a man disadvantage.
The manic situation dealt with pretty nicely there by 9, actually, and Art Frost tries to get himself into a position. But K is a master of the smokes on this last round of the half. It's Chopper 1v3. It's a good first, but does he expect a flank? He does not. Jacob is already there, and 9 do secure the 6-6. Very well fought from them. I'm impressed with what I've seen. So, repeated that feat. A two of his own. So, let's see if they can double up with the pistols on this game. Spirit won both pistols on map 1. Can 9 win both pistols on map 2. Zontix gets his information, but then realises it's just a little bit of a fake. Flash toward ramp, he rotated back toward down to the ramp, and now he can be fast on the flank, but Magic's in a very tough position to get those USP shots accurately, but it's an absolute wipe.
Artfrost, Donk, they do have their weapons of choice at the very least. Want to kick up the smoke here to get some information, but they're trying to fight in a mini as quickly as possible. Donk, the outside player, goes down, and there's Artfrost to chime in for the trade, but they're not aware of how fast K is up here on a mini. And Chopper goes down. It's only Magic's in the back of the site, and he's got to find a way to hold strong here if Team Spirit want to stay fighting here. Artfrost has made his way up into Heaven Ladder, so 9 actually decided to pump the brakes, and they speed up onto the lower site instead. Very well called here, understanding what players have gone down and what's opened up. And 9 have gotten themselves around here. I don't think Team Spirit can even contest anything here.
Yeah, it looks to me like Spirit, absolutely, their best bet is to save. I mentioned, of course, that we both said surviving one player alive is rough. K could be about to prevent at least one of those players from saving. At least it's only that SMG. But even if Magix and Artfrost keep these guns, it's going to be a bit of a fragmented buy, of course. So, yeah. I'm somewhat concerned by how the future of Spirit's CT half will be. And if they can take down one of the more impressive Tier 2 teams in Spirit, there might have to be a conversation where the Spirit are underperforming at the moment. Even though they have the stars they have. What are they relying on? Too much. Maybe they are. Donk can't get one outside. Jacob removes him. And Artfrost, you'll know where a couple of players are coming from, but whether they go towards his scope is another matter. 35 seconds. Now they're going to have to make a call. And they've got Kylar still in lobby. As you can see the minimap with K coming in toward Heaven, that probably will be enough to at least sell more of a fake. And there you go, there goes the A-site defender Magix, and just like that, they can just come flying back up the vent again. There's nothing for Zontix to do. This is some really nice protocols and calling from 9. Made sure they knew the information first before they gambled onto a site. I won't say got those kills from Heaven. They knew not to even go anywhere near B.
It definitely helps that they win every single duel as well. 10 now for 9 off the back of their T side. Who would have thought that 9 still looked this good without Minio? And we talked about Magic being pulled out of the hat. It's always difficult to see, but if there's any team that's able to pull that off, it would be the Qualifier Kings in 9. And all that outside control that I was hyping up, gotta find something to dig deep from. Because so far the calling has been pretty good. And this time around, again, they've managed to get a player into Big Garage. And Donk isn't even involved in the initial duel. This time it's Artfrost to get stuck in. He gets his opening. And the options are slowly cut down for 9 here now that they can't go outside. So maybe into this upper call is the name of the game.
Yeah, Donk has decided that he doesn't want to be confused outside anymore. Doesn't want to necessarily put himself into a position where he can get caught off guard. So just back in toward that mini and now into that CT vent position. But there are 3 players behind that smoke. Teammate, of course, rotated down the vent. So it's down to Magix and Chopper if they... Or, sorry, down to Donk and Magix if they want to go toward this side. Here comes a flashbang. Donk needs at least one. He gets the one. And of course, they'll know there's one more player on the site. They've got to be wary of Heaven. There goes Magix, but Zontix at least gets his kill. And he stays alive. The HE is brilliant. It removes the bomb planter, and Hades knows he has no time for this. Under the radar, because everyone talks about Donk and Artfrost, and occasionally be so important for this team. All the time be so important for this team, but in comes Donk this time. Jacob gets removed, spray transfer continues, he goes past that area, a nade in toward the door smoke, almost nets him a third, and suddenly, if Spirit find a way to close this round out, it's 9's money that might be at slight risk. They'll have one buy in arrears, but we could be at maybe 10 all, 11-10, where they wouldn't have much money. Fight back is impressive. Chopper could get caught in the open here, though. Does he expect them to be late outside? He doesn't. And Hades catches Chopper on the cross. Saw that coming a mile off. Hades just being in the open like that, and even the Molotov is perfect. Kylar removes Donk. And now Art Frost is going to be caught between watching Door and Hut. Tough position for him to be in. I don't think 9 know that he's here, though. And with 20 seconds to go, if they do go toward A, which it looks like they will do, it could be a danger. Art Frost still waiting. Goofy still waiting. 15 seconds. Time really is going to be an issue at some point. There's the information, and he drops the bomb. He misses Kylar, but if Zontic stays alive, I don't think there's any time on this clock. 4, 3, 2, and 1.
No.
He hasn't got it, and not.
And has to find another opening here. No AWP to facilitate Chopper's support. So it's really the standoff that could turn the round on its head.
This is so horrible for Chopper. He needs to wait for Donk's help, and that is incredible that Donk's help comes at that exact right time. We've seen some timings in CS in the past. Couldn't have been better for Spirit. At least guarantee a 1-for-1, and Art Frost holds the line with the Org. Goofy will drop as he tries to get his way through, and there comes the XM. Donk finds another 1-for-1 in the meantime, two in the round for him. Another big, impactful one. And Hades is in a 1v3 with this AWP. HE grenade will be decent, but it won't remove Magix from the equation. But he will take him down. And 17 seconds. He has a chance to change up his position here, Hades. Straight down the vents. And this gives him even more of a chance. However, there is a player holding the line, and he doesn't expect Zontix to...
Having Zontix on that upper side rotated Art Frost to ramp, so they could have a triple play on this upper side, knowing that the money might not be the greatest, expecting a potential upper hit, and they've made the right read. Look at the utility being set up on the top of T roof, and it looks like Spirit might be in the right place at the right time here. Great Molotov as well.
Litters the site. Zontix hang on, there's a player who needs to face. Get your gun out. But he does get his gun out. The nade actually gets a kill. And he gets 3 more with the M4 as well. That is the most unlikely looking 4K I've seen. K knows exactly where he is, but he's with 1v4.